What's up, everybody? It's your girl SaunyaLiné, and I'm back with another YouTube video. In this video, I want to show you how to budget your money. Alright guys, you heard it right the first time. Yes, I am going to show you how to budget your money. Now, listen, before we get started, I need y'all to thumbs this video up, okay? We need to help the algorithm out, okay? They need to push SaunyaLiné TV videos out there to the streets so the people can come. Okay, so make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up and share it out to somebody and let them know what we doing over here on the SaunyaLiné TV channel. All right, if you're watching this video and you have not subscribed and you're just looking, subscribe. Okay, hit that button and make sure you turn those post notifications on all so you won't miss when I post or when I go live. Now, I do have exclusive live streams and giveaways coming up, okay? In about a month, ooh, y'all gonna be getting ready for the get ready, all right? What the hell is the get ready for the get ready? Anyway, anything can come out this mouth. But anyway, y'all make sure y'all text my name to the number on the screen so you can be VIP and be the first to know what's going on. Now, besties, you don't really have to text that number because y'all gonna be the first to know anyway, okay? Anyway, if you want to join the Bestie Club, go ahead and click that link in my description box and join me and my besties. And if you want to send your girl some friend mail, go ahead and drop it down. Okay? Drop it down in the P.O. box. All right? If you would like to promote your business, I love promoting my brothers and sisters, so go ahead and send me your product. All right? That's that. Now, let's get into this budgeting. Okay, if you've never looked at your budget, if you've never looked at your money to see how it's working for you or not working for you, if you've never looked at your money to see where it's going, how much you're blowing and spending on stuff you don't need, this video is for you, okay? We are going to focus on the monthly budget. So the very first thing you want to do is to write down your expenses. So that is tip number one. Write down your expenses. Okay, and for the sake of this video, we're going to use John and Sarah. Okay, we don't even know who these people are. I just made the names up. So we're going to use John and Sarah. Okay, very common names. Okay, so John made $2,500 this month. Sarah made $1,500 this month, which brings their monthly total to $4,000. Now, everybody got a side hustle, and if you don't got one, I'm going to need for you to get one, okay? Because multiple streams of income is the way to go, okay? If you only got one income, honey, that's the ghetto. So, let's go ahead and get us some side hustles on, okay? All right, anyway, so for John's side hustle, he made $400. He made $400 extra that month. Okay? Sarah made $650 extra. So it brings their total monthly income to $5,050. Okay? Now, for some of you, it's like, ooh, $550 a month, $5,050 a month. That's not a lot of money. But you know, on average, that's what people are making, and some people are even making less. So if you're making less than this, keep following the video. Just do it according to your income, okay? If you're making more than this, you can also do this according to your income, all right? All right, let's move to the next step. All right, so this step is optional because some of us are believers and some of us not. Okay, y'all know on SaunyaLiné TV, we don't judge people over here because we all one big happy family. So if you're a believer, you're a believer. If you're not, you're not, but we still love you. All right, now, if you are a believer, you know we tithe 10% every time we get paid or whatever. So whatever, if you budget monthly, you tithe monthly. All right, so your tithe will be 10%. Now, however you pay your tithes, that's your business, honey. If you give it to your church, that's one thing. If you give it to charity, that's another thing. You do whatever you want to do with your tithe, okay? I ain't trying to count your money. All right, $505 come from John and Sarah's tithe, okay? Because it's 10% of their income, all right? All right, now I did put savings on here, but we're going to come back and do it last because a lot of people do savings challenges. A lot of people do a lot of different types of savings. So we want to talk about that at the end. That's why we're going to come back and do it last, okay? But if you're the type of person who tithes 10% and saves 10%, then and live off the 80, then you go ahead and put your savings in, all right? Because that's a good system. I've tried it before. It worked for me. But now I got some bigger goals, so I'm doing some different types of savings. But save 10%, tithe 10%, live off the 80 is always a good way to live if you don't want to do nothing else but save and live. Okay? It's a good system. I've done it. All right, moving on. All right, guys, this particular step right here is one of the most important steps. I tell you, if you do this, you will feel so good about paying your bills and budgeting your money. You will feel so good about it. What you talking about, Sonya? Pay yourself. Pay yourself first, okay? That's what we're gonna do. Pay yourself first. Listen, when you pay yourself first, you feel good about paying bills because you're one of them, okay? You deserve this money. You worked for this money. Every working person in the world should pay themselves first. You deserve it. It's yours. Do it. Okay, so John and Sarah decided they only needed $100 for this month, and they're going to pay themselves $100. Now, pay yourself in cash. Make sure you pay yourself in cash because a lot of money moves through your accounts, and you want to make sure that the money that you have for you, you have it on you. Okay, so make sure you pay yourself in cash. Feels good to have that money, and then that way you don't have to mess with your account for nothing. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. I mean it. Next. All right, y'all. The next thing we're going to do after we pay ourselves is to pay our debt. Now, debt never feels good, but that's why we pay ourselves first, so we can feel good about it, you know. It makes us feel better. Anyway, most people who are building credit, establishing credit, or maintaining credit, the average person has at least 2 credit cards. So I listed 2 credit cards on there because it makes sense, okay? So now with credit card debt, you want to make sure you pay the minimum balance. But if you're paying your bills monthly, if you can pay your credit cards off, I would recommend it because it helps your credit score go up. Okay, when you pay your credit cards off every month, pay the balance every month. But if you can't do that, go ahead and list that minimum balance. Do what you can. Okay, so pay your credit card debt. And some of you all have student loans. I don't have student loans, so I can't elaborate on it that much. But a lot of people who do pay their student loans make sure that they pay the minimum balance. So that's what I'll tell you to do. Pay the minimum balance every month on your student loans. Okay. Now, student loan debt came to a total of debt period, came to a total of $450 this month for John and Sarah. All right, y'all, let's move to the next thing. All right, the very next thing you want to do is to pay your fixed expenses. Now, I would have taken the car and put it on the debt because most of the time when people have car payments, they got a loan for it, so that is debt. But it's also a monthly income that is fixed. A monthly expense that is fixed. So you can put it with your debt or you can put it with your fixed expenses. It's totally up to you. Your rent, okay? Your groceries, your car payment, your utilities, your insurance, and also your gas. You want to put that gas in there because gas is high these days. So you want to make sure you can see how much gas you're using every week. That way it'll help you understand how much money you need for it, all right? All right, so John and Sarah, rent $1,000. Food and groceries, $100. Now, with food and groceries, it depends on your family size. My house, we have a family of 5. Me, Kevin, and the girls, okay? 3 girls. And it takes about $200 a month to feed my family. We normally spend about $100 every 2 weeks on groceries. So about $200 a month for my family size. Now, if your family size is not that big, then you can just, put what you need for groceries. But groceries is very important. Make sure you have groceries so you won't have to eat out all the time, okay? So make sure you budget in your grocery money and you spend that money on groceries. Nothing less, nothing more. Zero your grocery bill out, okay? Now, again, your car payment. Now, you can put this under your debt because a car is something that you pay off, okay? So it may not be a fixed expense anymore, but right now it's a fixed expense. So I put it under fixed expenses, but you can put it under debt, all right? $250 for their car payment. Utilities, $200 a month. Insurance, $150 a month. And gas, $80 a month. Okay, so that fixed expense total came out to $1,780. Okay, $1,780 for John and Sarah. Let's move on. Okay, the next thing you want to do is budget in your leisure expenses. Now, we all need leisure expenses, but we do know that if we can't afford them, we don't need them, okay? But if you have the money to have those recreational expenses, then go ahead and do that. It makes life a little bit easier. You don't have to go out so much and all of that. You got what you need, okay? But date night. Now, if you're married, you need date night, baby. So you need to figure out how much money you can spend on a date night. Now, date nights can be very inexpensive, and maybe I should do a video on it to show y'all like what some of the things you can do to save on date night. And sometimes you just really kind of need to splurge because it's your relationship. Value it and take it serious, okay? But anyway, date night, $100. Family night, $150. Now, with my family, it's 5 of us. So, we may need that $150, okay? We may need a little bit more than that. But anyway, shopping, $100. Subscriptions, $75. Now, your subscriptions is not the most important thing on this list, y'all. Okay? So, some of the stuff y'all can let go. Like, if you like Netflix, then, go with Netflix. You don't need all of them. You don't need Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Prime Video, Stars, you don't need them all. You don't need BT Plus and Disney Plus, all that. Okay, we have Disney Plus because we have children, okay? We have Netflix and we have Hulu because it comes free with our cell phone plan, okay? So we have Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max. Okay. And that's it. Cut the debt. You don't need all of that. Now, as a YouTuber, I have some extra expenses like vidIQ and Canva and all of that. So my subscriptions might be up there in that $75 range too. So, that's a lot. But anyway, if you can't afford them, you don't need them, okay? All right, so the total leisure expenses came out to $425 for John and Sarah. Okay, moving on. All right, this is kind of one of my favorite parts, okay? Your goal fund, okay? That goal fund is so important because you're setting yourself up for your future. So if you want to get a new car, a new house, or go on vacation, you need to put that in your goal fund. This is not a savings account. This is a goal fund, okay? You want to make sure you write that down because that's how much money you're contributing that month. Now, you don't have to put a whole lot of money into these funds because it's going to add up anyway. So you want to make sure that you're going to put what you can into your goal fund. So if you want to get a new car, okay, putting $50 a month aside, until you can build up a nice little down payment to get a new car, then you go ahead and do that. If you want to get a new house, $100 for John and Sarah. You know, they put their $100 aside so that they can save up their down payment for their house. And if for vacation, everybody knows that a good vacation is motivating, encouraging, uplifting, rejuvenating, especially when you are, goal oriented and you're driven. Everybody needs a vacation. Just like every working person needs to pay themselves, every working person deserves a vacation. So I suggest everybody budget in a vacation. But anyway, that goal fund totaled up to $200 for that month for John and Sarah. So let's move on. All right, next thing we on is our emergency fund. Everybody needs some emergency money. Okay, this is not a part of your savings account. This is not a part of your goal fund. This is not a part of any other savings fund. This is your emergency money. Anything can happen. If you are a homeowner, you know that you have to take care of everything yourself. When you was renting, you can call the landlord and be like, hey, the sink broke. I need you to come fix it. When you own a house, you can't do that. You need that emergency money. Anything can happen. You need to put money in your emergency fund every single month. Do not, I repeat, do not skip this step. You want to make sure you're going to love yourself for this. You're going to love yourself for having an emergency fund. So go ahead and do your emergency fund, baby, so that you can make sure you got some money for when stuff happens. All right? Moving right along. All right. Now we're back around to savings, okay? Now that you have paid all of your bills, okay? You have taken the money, set it aside for all of your bills, okay? You've done your debt, you've done your fixed expenses, you've done your goals, you've done your leisure, all of that. You've done your emergency. Now you can look at the remaining balance of your money, okay? Look at the remaining balance of your money so that you can see what you can save. Okay? So, John and Sarah are saving $500. Now, this savings can go into your savings account, into your savings challenges. So, say they take this $500 and split it up. Now, some people I'm doing a couple savings challenges this year. So, I'll just use mine as an example. I have a 100 envelope challenge, and I also have a 5, 10s, and 20s challenge. Now, you can, if it was me, I'd split it in half. I put $250 in my regular savings account that I'm, collecting interest off of. And then I'll take the other $250 and split it up between the two challenges. Okay? So that's just an example of what I would do if I were in that position. Okay? So that way, now you have your savings. Okay? Now let's see what we got left. After we done all of that, it brings us to a balance of $890. Okay? Now, Sonya, girl, what we gonna do with this balance? Let me tell y'all something. I do not believe in zeroing out. I do not believe in taking all of my money and finding a place for it, okay? I feel like if I did what I was supposed to do in every other area, this money right here will sit in my savings account, okay? Now, you can take it and put it in your emergency fund if you want to. But I will put this money in my savings account, okay? I mean, not in my savings account, in my checking account, okay? Put this money in your checking account. This is why I will put this money in my checking account and leave it alone. I've paid myself in cash. I don't really need this money. I'm going to let it sit there, okay? Anything happens that you don't want to mess with none of your other money because you got a system. You got a system. Don't create something to happen, but you have a system. And anything could come up. So I would let this money, I believe in having money in your checking account. What's wrong with that? I believe in having money in my checking account that I don't have to spend because I don't need anything. After I've taken care of all of my bills, I've paid myself, I've done all, I don't need anything. Let that money sit in your checking account. One of your friends' birthday gonna come up. Somebody wanna go out. Somebody gonna wanna do something. You know what I mean? So, all I'm saying is, leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Eventually, you probably need a little bit of it. And that's your business. That's the money that you can, you can kind of do what you need to do with it. Whatever you need to do with it. And if you fall short on any of those bills, whatever, you got something left over. I do not believe, I know a lot of people be like, okay, you have to zero out. I do not believe in zeroing out. I believe in having more than enough. Sit that money in your savings account and let it roll over from month to month. That's how you get rich. Sit that money in your savings account and let it roll over from month to month. And also, if you got something big that you want to do, you got money, boo. Okay? And you can add that money over into your next month too. Okay, so if you let it roll over, then go ahead and add it to the next month. And that way you can just continuously keep that money in the account. Keep it in the account. Keep it in the account. Okay, listen, y'all, that is budgeting for beginners, a monthly budget. Okay, you need to make sure that you are looking at your money. Like, it's a lot of people out here who don't know where their money is going. It's so many people out here that's just spending because they feel like they got it. And then they realize, dang, I ain't pay this bill. Or dog, I didn't pay that bill. Look at your money. Write down all your expenses. I'm telling you, when you can see your money for what it is, baby, you feel better. You value it more. You value yourself more. You take better care of your cash, honey. So anyway, that's all I got to say on budgeting. Listen, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos, all right? Also, don't forget, if you want to be a bestie, honey, come on and join the club. It's the best club in the land. Ain't nobody better, all right? Anyway, listen, y'all. Make sure y'all watch my next video about bi-weekly and weekly budgeting, okay? I love y'all, and until next time, bye. Hey, it's